Hello, it's me again. I'm not recording. This is probably not getting out, but I can't say much until I can get out. If you hear me, but I'm about to break the news of why I can't get out. It's because here's the thing with the um lab ratting and the destroying of the houses and everything else. It's about the fact that there are people of color, and I don't know if anybody knows about blue blood, but there are people of color who have blue blood, and some of them have more blue blood than, let's just say, some people who are in power. I'm not going to tell you my blood type right now. I will be doing the podcast as soon as I can get out, but and let you know what it is. And there are people from overseas as well as people who are in this country who are prejudiced or who think that for some reason it's only supposed to be European or European and Asian rule or just the status quo. But that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the higher blue blood is what the order is. They are trying to kill off people who don't fit into the status quo or the color status quo. And torment by paying their families, paying their neighbors, paying their coworkers and everybody to take them out. Take everything from them wrongfully. You do not do that to anybody. But there are international laws because blue bloods by right are birth nobility. And that blue blood is given by God. And there's different types of blue blood. There's purple blue blood, which is the highest. There's purple blue, which is in the middle. There's blue. And then there is mixed blue blood. And this is what's going on. I'm blocked from doing the streaming where it can go out. So it probably won't go out. But if it does go out, then I just want you to know that I'm not alone. There's a lot of us. We're not in Europe. Okay? Most of us that are being killed off. Most of us that are being killed off are also of color. And I mean anywhere from African, Native North American, African American, immigrant, and non-immigrant. ETC. This is the population that's getting killed off. Second is, I don't know, I know if you follow the Fake Cover Up podcast, there is what they call the human variant. It's, if you know anything about evolution, every species evolves up or it evolves backwards, which means it goes extinct altogether. We as Homo sapiens evolved up. Again, most of us are of color. We're not European. And they don't like that people have evolved up and it's not them. So they're attacking us on that front too. And a lot of us are also those higher blue bloods. And for anybody who doesn't know that there's such thing as 100% blue blood, there is. You can be 100% blue, 50% purple, and 50% blue equaling 100, or 100% purple. And between the two, or including the two, plus the fact that a lot of us are not in Europe, or only in a small percentage of Europe, and a lot of us are of color that they're coming after, this is what's going on. So if this gets out, know that I'll probably be dead or in jail or in a homeless shelter. I'm still in my house with Socephalic. Yes, I have one of the Socephalic houses. And everybody is trying to take us out. So if I'm in a homeless shelter, I should still have my phone. If I have an income, because they've been taking income. They have pushed us into abject poverty. Pushed some of us into prison by false allegations. Deported some of us from our homelands. Kicked us out of our own countries. Lab ratted us and medically enslaved us. Physically had us tortured through that, because it's not real lab rat. What it is through the medical institutions, the medical research institutions, they have basically kidnapped a lot of us after they tried to kill us off outright. Implant things in us, including Bluetooth, to try to make us look like we're crazy. And they have also put these instruments in us so they can cyberly rape us, cyberly track us. Threatened to throw us into slavery abroad, if not in home, in every other way possible. Now, I don't know what kind of international laws for blue bloods there are, but they are in laws for enslaving blue bloods. So they stopped me from doing the live broadcast, so this is all I can do now. If this doesn't get out, then you know, or if it gets out and it doesn't go that far, then you know, again, like I said, it's all connected. That's part of the main reason why it's going out. And all they say is, well, it's different. Let me explain to you about the human variant. Human variant is not mentally retarded. Do you hear me? That is the upgrade with Homo sapien, as far as evolution is concerned. If you know anything about eugenics, it's God's eugenics. But again, because we're not the right skin color, we're not coming from the right continent, it's upsetting a lot of people. Because we also are too blue blood. Again, upsetting a lot of people. So they're trying to wipe us off the planet. Which, in effect, will end evolution for Homo sapien. And I guess extinction would be next thing that will follow. But they don't want to see that. You know, our houses have been part of the lab rat again. Like I said, I'm in Socephalic, which means they cut my ceiling out. And you've seen that. They then put some interesting instrument in that they used to cut it out with all kinds of biological material, biological diseases, might as well call them biological weapons, and they basically have it rain down when it rains outside. So you get exposed to everything, including their own feces, which is poop and piss. As well as their blood and spit and whatever else biological fluids that they want to put in there, they do that. I don't have anything clean because I only have one outfit that I can wear because they break in the house constantly. They steal my food. They steal my clothes. And what clothes they don't steal and what food they don't steal, they literally destroy. Do you understand? That's what they're doing. They've literally put those instruments in us after they kidnapped us and had us in the hospital. And they literally rape us. And they have entertainers who sit there and think it's a joke and they'll push the button to rape us. Push the buttons to assault us because of the way it is. And it's cyber assault, cyber rape. They have entertainers, people from the media and other social media who think it's a joke. And they're stealing our money. Trying to steal our houses. Stealing our ID. Even. All we're trying to get right now is justice and restitution so that we have a decent place to live. We can get our houses repaired and live like normal people and have our own income. That without anybody touching it. They refuse, like I said, for us to be able to go to the court to represent ourselves. They take our mail so we don't know things. Try to say that it's our fault. Right now, let me tell you what I'm living on. I'm living on basically beef jerky, which is a type of dry beef, potato chips, and sometimes dried fruit, cans of V8, and some tea and water. I have to feed my cat because I have a cat. She gets her food. I don't get a lot of money. The little bit of money I have, they have people who take it. They will not let us prove anything. And I mean anything in court. They will not let us prove anything to anybody. So if you don't hear this, like I said before, I'm dead in a homeless shelter or in prison falsely. But this is also a type of false imprisonment as well. You know, they deny us medical treatment for what we really need to be treated for. And if it's not denied, they treat us wrong. I mean, you get wrong treatment. So you're not getting the accurate treatment that you need. Because their goal is to torture us mentally and physically in all manner possible until they either drive us suicidal or take our lives. They also are trying to, I don't know, drive us homicidal. The Bluetooth that's jammed in our ears, which they call schizophrenia, which is fake. I want to tell you about that. People can stand next to you and they can hear it because they like jamming up the music. If you're one of us, if you're a victim like me, I got mine documented because I got it out. I got one out anyway. There's multiple in our ears. Here's the thing about that. They repeat messages to degrade your character and your spirit that are negative and degrading. We constantly. And then they tell you to degrade yourself on a regular basis. Prostitute yourself. Go out there and sell drugs, get high. Go out there and rape a child. They say all this stuff. Because they want to try to prove that God made a mistake. And you know God don't make no mistakes. And they trying to prove that we need to be eliminated off the planet. No. There's genocide and there's also extinction. But they would rather extinct everybody on the planet by way of genocide, multiple genocide if need be, than actually grow up. And get over their color issue that they made 10 times worse than it ever had to be. And deal with the changes that's going down. Get rid of sexism. Or get over it. Basically get over themselves. How can you be a person of power and then do this to somebody? You are dangerous. And the level of what they're doing is very dangerous. Now, I don't know who may have their hands tied who is a power, but I'm going to tell you, those that are in power that's trying to take us out are definitely not letting anybody else do anything. And those that are sitting on the sidelines, just letting it go on because they quietly agree with that agenda, again, not helping the situation. And they thought that they were going to lie to us and treat us like idiots and say, oh yeah, you're blue blood. Well, most people, this and that, are blue blood. So we're just going to lie to you about everything while we torture you and treat you like crap. That's not going to happen. As far as we falling for that BS. And don't fall for the negative things. Don't degrade yourself. Don't dumb yourself down either. Because in the end of the day, it's your life, not theirs. In the end of the day, they're wrong. And in the end of the day, think about it. It's not about maintaining the status quo. There's more at stake than a handful of people who are in charge, who are in power globally and nationally, locally, wherever you are, who want to maintain their status quo. It's not about them. It's a lot bigger. It's a bigger picture going on. Anybody in my shoes that is going through this? Hopefully you can get your podcast out. Anybody that knows it's bigger than them, we need to come together because this has to stop. There have been too many people that have died already. Nobody's giving a true total of what is the real population like. What does it look like? How come there are cities that are in decline, but they swear they still have a population that's up there? And how come there are blocks upon blocks where you can walk through and it smells like people have died in those houses? and they're all boarded up, or they just empty looking. You go to ask questions, nobody wants to answer them. Well, I'm going to end this and try to post it. If it doesn't, then you know what happened.